Welcome to my guide on how to play Azir Lux Strategist. It is with great excitement that I'll break down exactly the most optimal way of playing this comp, stage by stage. I have taken the liberty of hard forcing this comp for like 20 games in a row, which is obviously not a great strategy, but I did it so you guys don't have to. And don't worry, I only gained like 200 LP from it, so it is definitely a high price to pay for this knowledge. So let's not waste any time. First off, we cannot go any further without talking about the legend setup for this comp. Since this comp consists of mostly 4-cost units, you're looking to level up aggressively throughout the game. So you see a lot of people taking Aurelion Sol in order to level up quickly. Some call this the Dragon King. I call it the public school system is deeply flawed, and if this is what it's come to, it's time to take action. If you are guaranteed prismatic ASOL, I would say it's fine, but you're not, and the lack of combat augments just makes it hard to play in the end game. So either take Ezreal like a good little meta slave. Who's a good little meta slave? It's you. It's you. Oh, so this is where my meds were. So anyway, guys, I personally prefer to take Veigar, because what truly makes a difference when you are inevitably 6-way contested every single lobby are the combat augments you have. And Veigar, after getting buffed, I would say is actually pretty good and makes a difference between you and the other strategist players. But enough of that. Let's get into the game, yeah? What openings are good for this comp? Well, Void Opener is good. You could build it through early Demacia. That's a pretty easy transition. Same thing if you get an early Swain and Teemo, Ionia, literally every start in the game, bro. Hell, go Piltover if you get it. Might as well. Now, what I like to do is I like to int. And it just so happens I'm quite proficient at it as well. I just run that shit down, boy. I'm about it. Now, what you need in this comp is gold. So if you Olympic sprint it, you can guarantee yourself like 40 at 2-5 and you're set for the next stage. But in this stage, you can level to 5 after carousel if you're strong. If you're kinda strong but not really, I wouldn't bother, just econ. Now the items you're looking for are Shiv or Spark. Tank items are good, they'll help you transition a lot better. Rage Blade is nice, but not a must, so don't over prioritize it. Now stage 3, this is where the boys become men. This stage will put some hair on your chest, and for the girls, I promise you, no horoscope can predict what's about to happen here. At 3-1, level to 6, and roll down to 20 gold. Now, if you're strong enough, you can stay above that if you want, but no more than 20 gold. Now, depending on how that roll down went, it will determine how much fun you're gonna have for the rest of this game. Play your strongest board. Whatever your start was, just play your strongest board. No more inting. No more inting, I tell myself, as the allure of 6 Piltover slowly begins to tear the very fabric of my character. My values and morals are also being 6-way contested, it turns out, and you've been here before. You know where this leads. Yes. Yes. Eighth. So, the reason I level at 3-1 instead of 3-2 is, like I said, I like to field my strongest board as soon as possible. Also, be as high a level as possible when you roll for chances at the higher cost units. But this stage is pretty simple. If you're really weak, then you can roll again after carousel, but preferably don't touch or even look at your reroll button or level up button for the rest of the stage. Just econ back up, and I'll see you on stage 4. We've made it this far, ladies and gentlemen. We have faced 27 Ionia players, 13 Noxus players, that one random Trist player, and then there's this guy. We are not the only ones cursed with knowledge. It has been a tough road, but we've made it. 4-1, level to 7. And this is where we fucked around, and now we're gonna find out. We're gonna see if those Instagram posts that said like this or 10 years of bad luck were speaking true. Now, for full disclosure, there's a few scenarios where you would actually level up after carousel in the previous stage. Like Mr. Muffins here, who is 100 health streaking with consistency. This guy is richer than Casterly Rock. In that scenario, I think it's right to level after carousel just to roll before he does and contest him on those units. Or if you have a lot of gold, then you want to put some pressure on the lobby and level up early as well. But most of the time, you're going to want to level at 4-1 to have as much gold as possible to roll with. Now, I believe they call this greed. I call it my ninja way. This is where you gotta not necessarily have 2-star Lux or Azir, but you gotta at least start to have some of the traits active. You gotta have a level 2 Swain, because you're gonna need frontline. You wanna have an Azir or a Lux with some decent items on them. You gotta at least have the pieces of the comp, even if they're not 2-star yet. And try and stay above 20 gold here as well, so you can roll again after carousel in case these things are looking funky and you need to stabilize. Now, for some reason, I went Tom Kench as my legend in this game. I must have been having one of my episodes. Point is I had a lot more gold to roll than usual. And at this point, those augments are not bad, just to give you some more gold in order to go 8 and have a better chance to hit your units. So now, when you meet Muffin again, you'll be ready. Now, by the end of this stage, you should have a level 2 Azir or a level 2 Nasus, something level 2, because you need to stabilize in order to go level 8. But once you have some of those units level 2, it's pretty much a guaranteed top 4. I mean, this comp is just that strong. Now, stage 5 is pretty simple. You should be level 8 at some point during this stage with a 2-star carry, some decent items, and a 2-star frontliner in Nasus or Jarvan, and it's an easy top 4. Hell, I've gotten top 4 with a 1-star Azir. This comp is just absolutely filthy. Now, everyone says this comp is boring or sorry, bedge, because, you know, Twitch.tv is providing mass homicide of brain cells on a daily basis. I happen to think this comp is pretty sick. I think Azir's pretty cool. Lux is Lux, but, you know, Nasus, Jarvan, with Teemo playing cheerleader in the back, this comp is pretty cool. With that said, now you can go get your LP. Peace.